You are watching William Patterson University Television.
Welcome back to the desk. We have Justin, Ryan, Samory, and Breanna in studio to break down the big game, Super Bowl 53 on Sunday. Real quick, guys, what have you seen from both teams' postseason that stands out to you, Justin?
Well, if we take a look at some of their stats so far from both teams' postseason runs, it's clear that the Patriots are much more efficient offense as they're averaging 39 points per game to the Rams only 28. They're rushing the ball for about 10 yards less, 165 to 175. But Tom Brady is Tom Brady, and he's throwing the ball a whole heck of a lot more, averaging 345.5 yards per game to Jared Goff's only 243, while they're also scoring a lot more, 10 touchdowns to a total of only 5. But that's a lot because the pocket for Tom Brady is clean as ever, and he hasn't been touched once this postseason, and that's really playing a big factor into their postseason run.
Any of these stats jump out to you, Ryan?
I agree with everything he said, but the Rams, I think, defense, especially in the last 2 games, the way that Wade Phillips has been coaching that defense has been absolutely superb. You know how good he is in the postseason, especially in the last few times he's been as a defensive coordinator for a team, definitely not as a head coach. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how he's going to hopefully shut down Tom Brady. Oh, I think I may just gave away my pick. Oh, sorry. But let's move on to some more, everybody.
All right, I agree with Ryan. For the past 2 weeks, their rushing defense has been stellar. They've been able to stop the Cowboys and the Saints with 2 of the best running backs in the NFL. They've held them for an average of 49 yards. And Wade Phillips, he's had success against Tom Brady before, so I think we're all on this set hoping that happens again.
For me, it has to be the Patriots and the amount of time they're taking up on that offense. They are just chewing up that clock, and it's chipping away at that defense they play against.
One thing that both teams have been doing surprisingly to the success of everyone is the run game, and the run game has really set up both their stellar quarterbacks. Ryan, we'll go to you here. Whose rushing attack do you like better?
Well, I think the Rams' rushing attack is better, and even though the Patriots do have 10 more rushing yards than I'm sorry, I'm waiting for it to come on the monitor, but here we go. They have 10. Actually, they have 10 more rushing yards than the Patriots do, but I think that should be a lot more, considering the fact that Todd Gurley did not have the best of games in the NFC Championship game. If he would have played to his full potential, he would have ran all over the Saints, and you can bet your bottom dollar that. And I think that big players step up in big games, and I think that rushing attack for the Rams is going to be the key to them in the Super Bowl.
I think it's understated how good Sony Michel was for the Patriots, though, in the AFC Championship
Oh yeah, no,
game.
he's great. He, like, both Sony Michel and Todd Gurley are great, but I think that Todd Gurley has the edge and experience, and I think that he's going to step up and show why he was an MVP candidate earlier this year.
Patriots' run game is absolutely dominant, and you touched upon it before. Sony Michel, he carried them in the game against the Chargers. He had, I think it was 3 rushing touchdowns and almost 100 yards. He's turned it up since the postseason started. I've never seen a better postseason from a single running back than Sony Michel, and he's only a rookie. And that is scary to see the Patriots with an actual big-name running back. Because who else have they had? Gio Bernard, maybe.
Kevin Falk, maybe. But that was a decade ago.
Old Steven Jackson. But they also have James White, who's one of the best third-down backs. We saw him win the Super Bowl against the Falcons on a sweep. But also in that, he can catch the ball better than Todd Gurley, better than C.J. Anderson, and not to mention you have Rex Burkhead, who they just give the ball at the goal line, who they won the AFC title game with it, and he ran the last 3 plays. The Patriots have a 3-headed monster that is going to be extremely hard to stop, and Sue and Donald are going to have their work cut out for them.
So, Todd Gurley was my MVP pick earlier this year, and he's had a nagging injury. I think we can all tell that he had, but C.J. Anderson has stepped up real big for them. In the Cowboy game, him and Todd Gurley both rushed for over 100 yards. But for James White, in Super Bowl 51, I'll agree with you, he came up very big. He had 110 receiving yards. So I think that the Rams are going to have to watch out for him. But what they did with their pass work with Ezekiel Elliott and Alvin Kamara, I think they'll be able to stop him.
I think that the Patriots have a more consistent run game throughout this playoff. I know Todd Gurley can hit with the injury bug, but he has to find a way to pull through if they want to win this game.
Breanna, we'll keep it with you, going from running backs to quarterbacks. That just spoiled what we're talking about here. Can't talk about the Super Bowl without mentioning Tom Brady and Jared Goff. Which quarterback's postseason gives them the edge in the Super Bowl?
Tom Brady. It's not even a question. Tom Brady has more experience. Tom Brady has more knowledge. And also, he has Bill Belichick behind him to help him out. Tom Brady knows what he's doing during the Super Bowl, and this is Jared Goff's first time in the Super Bowl. I think he's going to be nervous. I mean, passing yards, it's not even close. Tom Brady's just dominating in each category. And another thing is that the line has to protect them, and the line has not done a good job in protecting Jared Goff for these last 2 games. Tom Brady hasn't been touched this entire postseason, so that's something that they have to look for.
More?
Is this a question? Is this really a question? It's Tom Brady. But I'll give Jared Goff the benefit of the doubt. He did outplay Drew Brees 2 weeks ago. But Tom Brady, this is his 9th Super Bowl, 13 AFC title games. Come on, it's Tom Brady. It's Tom Brady. It's obviously Tom Brady. What else can I say?
Is it Tom Brady?
I hope not, but it obviously is.
It's Tom. It's Tom Brady. No question about it.
Tom Brady.
Yeah. I guess it's Tom Brady.
It's unanimous. Come on.
All right. Big question on everyone's minds right now. Who's winning the Super Bowl? Justin, we'll go to you first.
I hate to say it, but it's going to be the New England Patriots. It's Tom Brady.
I hate that you
It's
say it.
Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Simple as that. They are the best quarterback and coach duo ever. Tom Brady is 6-0 in the playoffs when the game has gone to overtime. Perfect. They can manage the ball perfectly, and this is one of the best defenses for the Patriots with really no names on it, to say the least. Other than maybe the McCourty twins, it's going to carry them, Patriots all the way.
Ryan?
Let's give a shout out Jersey's own McCourty twins. But I got to disagree with you. I think the Rams are going to come up big here. If there's anything that means some more, we're talking about before the show, especially last week, we were talking about how the Patriots have not had a quality Super Bowl win in a while. You know, they gave up all that lead in the second half to the Falcons. They won on a fluke off the Marshawn Lynch. Should have been a run in the Super Bowl against the Seahawks. And I do think that, again, Wade Phillips has been coaching so well, and he has proven in the postseason in the past that he can stop Tom Brady in that offense, and I think that he's going to come up big. And Todd Gurley, Super Bowl MVP. You heard it here, folks.
Hey, look, the Lombardi Trophy's been cold for the past few years. Let's bring that over to the West Side. I'm going with the Rams. The Rams, to me, they have the best player in the NFL in Aaron Donald. He's going to have a big game. Maybe not statistically wise, but he's going to match them up. And I just think Todd Gurley's going to have a really big game. I'm not going Super Bowl MVP for him. I think it's going to be Jared Goff. And I think Brandon Cook's going to explode on his old team.
It's always a quarterback, though.
I got the Patriots. I mean, they're on a revenge tour for what happened last season. They want that 6th Lombardi back home in New England. Tom Brady's itching for another ring for his other hand. It's the Patriots all the way.
Well, that's all for this episode of WP Sports Desk. Thank you to our analyst crew and studio manager, Al Clarke. From Studio B in Hobart Hall, I'm Dante Vocaturo. We'll see you next time, and go Rams.
Yes! Yes!